Alright guys, here we go again. Time for another overnighter. This time from Dollar General. I apologize that it's dark already. I got off work late, so I'm just gonna have to make do with what I've got. This ought to be a good one. It's supposed to start raining here after a while and rain half the night. So I'm gonna get in here, get set up, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, so I got the shelter all set up. I want to get it up first because I'm worried it's going to start raining on us. But it's up, and then I'll try to get a fire going. But first I'll take you in here and I'll show you what else I got. Okay, so real quick, here's the stuff that I got. And there's a lamp hanging up here. It's not part of this, it's just for lighting so you guys can see me better. Okay, the book bag, there wasn't much to choose from there, but I mean, it's probably about as cheap as you can get. Just a little plain book bag with 2 compartments. It was normally $5, but I got it when they were doing additional 50% off, so $2.50. And then just the little plastic twine. There's 150 feet of it. It was $3. It's not very strong, but clearly it'll work good enough to hold this tarp up. And speaking of the tarp, so I did not need a tarp this big. I wasn't even planning on doing a tarp because the tarps there are usually fairly expensive. But this tarp just happened to be on the clearance for $5, and it's a 10 by 16, so plenty big enough. It's actually a medium duty tarp, so it's heavier than what I've normally been using. So for $5, I couldn't pass that up. All right, and then don't make fun of me, but we've got a Monster Jam pillow. It was, again, it was normally $6, but it was clearanced out for $4. I've learned a nice little pillow, if you can afford one or get a hold of one, helps a lot when you're trying to sleep. So my adorable Monster Jam pillow for $4. And then just a fleece throw. Again, this was $6, but it was on sale for $4. So it's not overly cold out tonight. Granted, it's the beginning of March, but it's it's not supposed to be below 50. So this should work fine. $4. Let's see. And then I've got, they didn't have much for to cook in, as far as something that was small enough to put in a backpack, but I got this little stainless steel cup. They call it a Moscow Mule cup for $3. So that's what I'm gonna cook in, and that should work just fine. And then for a cutting tool, they had like utility knives and stuff like that there, but they were fairly expensive. So this is just a little paring knife for $2, and this ought to work out just fine. A little silverware set they had there for $1. And then for lighting, they had this little Dorsey LED flashlight with the batteries for $2. So I'll put the batteries in it here shortly, and we'll see how this works. And then I got one more thing that I really probably didn't need, but I wanted to try it. This is a little pencil sharpener for $1. I'm gonna use this because it's been raining all week, and see if I can't find something dry enough I can shave and make some tinder to get a fire going. And then also, I didn't buy one, but I brought one, Bic lighter for $2. So that's what I got. I'll try to get a fire going, and we'll see how it works. For $2, that might not be too bad. It's actually pretty bright. As long as it doesn't quit on me. That's a heck of a light for $2. Alright guys, so what I'm doing is just trying to make a little bit of a base here to keep the tinder out of the wet leaves. I'm still not sure how well this is going to work, because even the stuff that's up in the air is still fairly damp. So I'm going to shave some down and see what we get out of it. Guys, what I'm hoping this will do is get into the inner part of that wood where it's good and dry, and hopefully, with a little luck, we can get a little fire going here. Okay, so this isn't working quite as good as I was hoping it would. I can get them to try to start lighting, but I'm having a hard time getting them to take. Everything's just so wet. Like I said, it's rained every day for a week straight. Could I keep fighting with this and get it going? Yes, but I'm gonna try something different. I've really bragged my last couple videos about these Go Fire starters, and I've said you can get 20 of them for $5, and I keep saying I really think everybody should have a few of these in their pack, whether they're, you know, backcountry hunting, backpacking, camping, whatever, for situations like this. Now, is this an emergency? No, but it could be. You know, it could be freezing cold out here, and I really needed to get a fire going. So I'm gonna try one of these and see if it lights and stays burning long enough to get this little stuff dried out and gets a fire going for me. sticking with the Dollar General theme, I got that canned roast beef there in these. The only thing I wish I had was some ranch to go on it, and that is my fault. I thought I had some of the house, and I clearly did not. Either way, pretty good. Here, Bo. You want a sandwich? Come here. You want a sandwich? Come here, you can have it. Good. Well, chew it. Goodness. You gotta chew it, goofball. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, well, it's getting late, so I'm going to turn in for the night. So far, everything's going so good, but the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm guessing it's going to start storming here after a while, so if nothing too crazy happens, I'll see you guys in the morning. If it gets too crazy, I'll turn the camera back on and let you guys see. But with that, I'm going to head to bed, so good night. Made it through the night. It wasn't the most pleasant night. It rained and rained and rained, and the wind was just absolutely crazy. And as you can tell, it's still raining now. But everything I had worked pretty decent. The only thing I didn't have that I would have liked to was something to sleep on to get me off the ground more. A trash bag with leaves would have worked good for that. The only reason I didn't do that is because it's been raining for a week and everything is soaking wet, so that would have been kind of pointless. Another thing they had there that I probably could have bought, but I was trying to stay on the budget, was the floats for a swimming pool. You know, the ones that are about that wide and about that long that you lay on to float. It would have been basically the same thing as a sleeping pad. It would have kept you up off the ground. So I probably should have got that, but like I said, trying to stay on the budget. But all in all, I mean, other than that, everything worked pretty good, other than this absolutely terrible weather. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything packed up and get out of here before it gets any worse. Thanks, guys.